I gotta say, well done. You won.
Yeah? Yeah. Money wins.
In a world where money can buy everything, love becomes the most expensive thing of all. And that is exactly the subject at the center of Succession, a truly extraordinary series of its kind. For those who haven't watched it yet, in the first part of this video, we will examine the series without spoilers. This production, which has dominated the Emmy Awards in recent years, may at first glance seem like a modern-day Game of Thrones among the rich, but it is much more than that. This is a world woven with poisonous labyrinths, where everyone is either deeply broken or deeply hurtful, and where love and manipulation are constantly intertwined. Frankly, at the beginning, it's not easy to like the characters, but after a while, once you start to understand why they are so damaged, the show stops being a superficial web of intrigue and turns into a psychological war. In my opinion, the opening sequence of the series is one of the most magnificent title sequences ever made, perfectly summarizing the nature of the story. In those shots where we almost never see Logan Roy's face, we understand just how distant and unreachable he is.
Roman, you're a moron.
They treated me like I'm a piece of shit.
You are a piece of shit.
If you look at the ledger packet 15B by a Gregory Hirsch, is that someone known to you, Mr. Wamsgans?
No, sorry.
No?
No? No, Tom?
Oh, yes, sorry, yes. No, known to me. Yes, in that sense, yes.
We watch people constantly trying to undermine one another, but the issue is not merely reaching a seat of power. The real issue is being validated, being loved, being understood, or simply not being ignored. Of course, the struggle to appear successful while hiding one's emotions is sometimes disturbing, sometimes painfully real, but definitely not ordinary. If you prefer well-written dialogue instead of constant action, dramas hidden behind offensive humor, and character-driven stories, then this show is exactly for you. From this point on, we give our spoiler warning and begin the detailed analysis. Logan Roy, the owner of a global media empire, is a man in love with the holding he built, his creation. He loves his power and position so much that he either cannot see or simply ignores the destruction it causes in his children. What I'm about to say might not please some people, but he truly is a terrible father. As a character, his greatest weakness is that he never gives his love unconditionally. He constantly tests his children, and even when they pass the test, he refuses to acknowledge it. Logan, who grew up far from familial love and, as we later understand, had a painful childhood himself, simply does not know the nature of love. He believes that the children who will inherit his empire must first prove they deserve it, and he never hesitates to ignite the rivalry among the siblings with dangerous games. However, Logan's children have already inherited something far more powerful than this empire: childhood trauma. All 4 of Logan's children are wounded, unloved, and fragile individuals. Of course, I'm not saying that trauma should justify all their cruelty, because at the same time, they are characters who see themselves as far greater than they actually are, and who never hesitate to use their father's resources as weapons against him and against each other. In the end, this succession war becomes a whirlpool that drags everyone around them inside, and the members of the family end up consuming each other completely. Connor, despite being Logan's eldest child, often feels excluded and tries to balance this with grandiose behavior. He even sets his sights on the presidency of the United States.
I think I finally found a job I want to do.
Okay, what is it?
President of the United States.
Kendall, perhaps the most tragic character of the series, always seems on the verge of reaching the top, but every time the emptiness inside him pulls him back down, and each fall shatters him even further. Kendall is so fragile that when he finally confesses to his father and siblings about causing a man's death, one of the most painful moments of his life, it eventually becomes a weapon used against him. Kendall has engraved so deeply into his mind the moment when his father told him, when he was still a child, that one day he would run this company, that he completely believes the company belongs to him. Yet we see Logan reading a gossip magazine describing Kendall as the future CEO and being unable to tolerate it, which pushes him back into the game, because as we said, Logan is a man in love with his creation.
I have been asked to explain my own role in the managing of illegality at the firm and associated cover-ups. The truth is that my father is a malignant presence, a bully and a liar, and he was fully personally aware of these events for many years and made efforts to hide and cover up.
Shiv, despite being highly intelligent, is aware that she has been excluded from this succession war simply because she is a woman. With strong political instincts, she feels that her dominant father, who values power over emotion, has always kept her on the bench. Because of this, she marries Tom in order to at least have control in her private life. Shiv's feeling of being undervalued within the family is actually very accurate. The moment Logan comes closest to handing the company over to her happens only because she is a woman, and because the company is forced to renew its public image after a major incident. When the cruise ship scandal explodes, Logan immediately offers Shiv the position, under certain conditions.
A better question. What do you actually want to happen?
I want people to hear what Lester was like. How he treated me and other women.
They will doubt you.
They'll say terrible things. They'll call you a slut.
What is it that you are trying to get? Because money? Money you can have. We will give you millions of dollars.
Can I trust you?
No, actually, no. Kira, you're in a shitstorm of conflicting interest here. You can't trust anyone. You just have to be smart.
Roman, the child who fears his father the most, uses jokes as his strongest defense mechanism. His obsession with Jerry, who is significantly older than him, is the clearest reflection of his suppressed emotions and his inability to form a healthy relationship with an authority figure.
My father, Logan, yeah, no, so I can't do anything. I actually can't do that. I can't. Is he in there?
As for Tom and Greg, this duo actually understands how the system works from the very beginning. No matter how difficult Logan may be as a father, he still makes perhaps the most accurate observation about his children when he says, "You are not serious people." That scene is one of the most striking moments of the entire series. Logan's death occurs at a moment that shocks us as viewers. In real life as well, we often lose the people we love without saying goodbye. During the entire episode, we never actually see Logan as he dies, and we share the same feelings of helplessness that his children experience in the face of death's suddenness.
They think he's gone. Yeah,
What?
They think he's gone.
What happened? What do you mean?
Well, they think Dad died.
What?
Yeah,
No.
sorry.
No, I can't have that.
Okay, I'm giving you to Shiv.
Hey, Shiv, I'm putting you by his ear.
Is he hearing? Is he still hearing?
I don't know, but I'm putting you there, okay? And you're by his ear. You can go now. You're talking to him now.
Hey, Dad. Hello. Is he dead?
I don't
know if he's dead. Is he fucking dead?
I don't know.
Logan's death is not the true turning point of the story. The real fracture comes from the way everyone's true nature becomes even more visible in his absence. The children who grew up in his shadow cannot step into the light even after the shadow disappears. In the end, although these siblings only lose the company and remain billionaires, we see an overwhelming sense of defeat on their faces in the finale. Because Succession is not a story about climbing to the top. It is the story of the emptiness that never fades, even at the summit, of voids that can never truly be filled.